Help for fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking, or sweating. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness.
Ask your doctor for Austedo XR.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
When you're the leader, disaster cleanup and restoration, how do you make like it never even happened? Happen? Be prepared for anything.
Serve Pro like it never even happened. Eva Longoria searching for Spain, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
This Saturday, the Broadway phenomenon Good Night and Good Luck will air live right here on CNN in a first-of-its-kind broadcast. It's the story of Edward R. Murrow's battle against McCarthyism and its relevance in today's climate. Joining me now is Clark Gregg, Carter Hudson, director David Cromer, Georgia Hears, and Glenn Fleschler. This play has already broken multiple records, and it's become a phenomenon, but also for these times. Like, tell us why you think the story is still resonating.
The moment when Murrow met with his team and they were discussing whether they were going to do the McCarthy broadcast, and they all started kind of worrying about things and backpedaling and snapping at each other. And Murrow said, we're doing the broadcast because the terror is right here in this room. George talks about it all the time. Grant talks about it all the time. And that in the time of fear, it's difficult to figure out how to be brave. It's difficult to figure out how to unify and move forward. And it became necessary when people were being, for want of a better word, terrorized.
I mean, they were worried about the same things I guess people are worried about today. Audits, criminal charges, smears, accusations. I mean, it almost feels a little too similar.
I keep thinking, like, when you guys decided to do this, it was like a year plus ago, and
right.
Things were, we didn't know we would be here.
But the trends are there. You know what I mean? The trends don't go away, and I think that's one of the things too. Is it is what I was talking about. It is a fearful time, but we're always afraid, and we always need courage, and it's hard to be brave. It's work, and it is risk.
I think there's some similar parallels today. I wonder if you saw, Glenn, Scott Pelley's commencement address at Wake Forest, where he talked about the time that we're in. But what struck me is that people on the right in particular were so upset that he talked about the need for people to be free to speak their minds and not fear retribution. And one of the things about Good Night and Good Luck is that it shows that at the height of the popularity of journalists at this time, they weren't backing away from calling people out. They were actually leaning into that. I mean, do people forget? I mean, do we have these like rose-colored glasses about what it was like in the 1950s?
Television was so new that even though these people that were depicting are experts in their field, they're all figuring it out as they go along. You know, this is one of the first documentary news shows, and it was live. And you know, that was a great deal of pressure. And there's an undercurrent in our play at the beginning of the play to do it. And then we also see the corporates
Oh, no, indeed.
Chaya, hi.
Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Great.
You live?
You see what they did to that? This that wig you put on me before I left. Before I left. No, I mean, they did a little trim, but they also bumped it. Hi. What they did, it was like, girl. Hey, good morning. Is it still morning? Oh, okay.
Are you live?
Yes, I'm very much so live. I've been traveling, ladies and gentlemen, since 11 p.m. yesterday. Some of y'all probably saw me in the airport. I don't know. I've been traveling since 11 p.m. yesterday. I'm back in Baltimore. I'm back in Baltimore, D.C. Oh, you're saying there's no sound. I'm sorry. I'm back in Baltimore, D.C.
Skip the line and get right to your destination. That's why you go with Hertz.
DMV. I'm back here. It is hot. I can't wait to get to my room where I can take a shower and wash yesterday off of me. I want to tell y'all that I truly, truly enjoy what I do. I want to say this out loud so that people can understand. I love being T.S. Madison. I wouldn't be anybody else in the world. Hey, Hannah, I love you, my baby. I love being T.S. Madison. No, not you. I love being T.S. Madison. I wouldn't be anyone else in this world. I love that I get to travel. I love that I get to do all the things that I love. No, I'm not being so. I'm really being so appreciative. Like, I'm just really appreciating God for letting me do what it is that I love to do. And safely, yes. But I appreciate the Lord for just letting me. I remember me being a kid saying I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a teacher, I wanted to be a lawyer. Bitch, when I say I'm all the things wrapped up in one, as an entertainer, I am a healer, I am a mess, I am a good mess, I'm a messy mess, I do everything. I really want you guys to understand, I love doing everything that I do. I wouldn't trade it for nothing else. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. So I want God to know, the universe, whatever it is, to know I appreciate and love being T.S. Madison. You passed me, you should have gave me a hug. It's hot. You see how hot it's hot, bro? I left set, had a great day on set, left set, went to the airport, left the airport, landed in another place, sat there for a couple hours, chewed another airport, came, this other, and I was sitting there and I did not go past row 6. Dread, I didn't go past row 6. Thank you, God.
But I did go past for 12.
God, thank you. I didn't go past row 6.
You don't ever go past.
No, we actually had to.
Hold on, y'all. We were on a whole other flight. Myrtle got to the hotel and realized that she was not in first class. This is last night. We landed at 1 a.m. in LA. We were up with that girl. First of all, terrorized the hell out of them. in first class?
I was like, no, me and back there. And
Never.
it wasn't the elitist. It was, they had told me, they said, Madison, don't, you're diamond, whatever, diamond 360. No, this is,
Okay,
yeah,
but
this is the whole. They're saying you're diamond 360. Don't worry about trying to, what you're trying to go see. They're going to automatically do this. I said, man, my spirit told me to do this. I don't trust it. My spirit tells me to do it. I do it. I need you to understand, I'm so in tune with the spirit. Whatever the spirit tells me, if the spirit tells me to cuss one of you motherfucking hoes, I'm going to do it. If it tells me, lay low, I'm going to ask the spirit, you sure?
You gonna check on them?
I'm going to check. And if the spirit says, bitch, did I tell you to lay low? I'm going to do it. If the spirit tells me to change my direction, I don't give a fuck if we riding by y'all that seen it happen. Tricky been with me for a couple of years now. Chi-Chi has been with me the longest. Chi-Chi has seen me in the middle of something. I said, bitch, the spirit just said, no, ma'am, turn around. It just said it to me, turn the fuck this way. Chi-Chi will tell you in the middle of anything. That's if I was filming something, oh, I'm not going there. The spirit said, don't do it. Don't you set your toe there, bitch.
Really?
Yes.
Did you find out it's a mess?
Yeah. It has happened. Every time a video has went viral on the internet, I can relate to that. From new weave 22 inches back to come on in, the spirit has been in my ear and said, do this, and I have done videos. Those little videos, I've done them over and over and over until the spirit said, this is the one. And everyone that has gained traction, everyone that has been memorable, the spirit told me to do that. And so because of that, I move accordingly. And every time that I don't, every single time that I don't move according to what the spirit tells me, something go left.
Girl, I ain't gonna lie. We've experienced
We've
it.
experienced it.
Listening to other
And I
people.
said to you, Murder Spirit said on this, and then everyone, it's okay, it's all right. And then we go, and it was like, why the fuck did I do that? Well, oh my God, I can't believe I said the
All right,
spirit
I'll
told
call
me.
her.
I said, the spirit told me that. Bitch, nobody's gonna tell me. I don't give a fuck how much of a. I don't give a fuck how much. Thank you. I don't give a fuck how much of a faggot, a trainee, a pawn, a infidel, or whatever. No,
Not an infidel.
Where's those guys? Ain't no guy here today. It's usually a guy. These niggas don't want no job. Get your nigga ass up. Come on, get this up going. No, he got to do that. He do that, Trent. Tell him to come on. He do that. Tell him to come on. What do you want to work, baby? What did he say? Well, yeah, we do. We do, baby. We need, we do. You on your phone chit-chatting. All right, we got this. Yes, we good. He say no? What you got going on? Oh, okay. See how you miss your blessing? Oh, and he missed your blessing. Hi, baby, how you doing? See how you miss your blessing? I held up until you sitting over there, bitch. You just lost out. You a good on how many bags is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just missed out on you a good $100. Yeah. I don't need it. You just missed out on you a nice Honda. You invoice with a tip side, you need to grab your own bag. You need to grab it. Now I'll give it here. Well, is that our car right here? Yeah. That's Abdul? Yeah. Just missed out on you a nice $100. Bless your heart. And the dancer looked like you need it. Hi, Abdul. It's a bunch of shit. We gotta lay that seat down, baby. I'm here for a couple of days. Bless his heart. Oh. I'm not gonna beg nobody to give him no money. Oh. Oh. Mm. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hi. How are you? While I'm sleeping, honey, I need you to prepare me 2 units. Are you expecting all the sleeping too? Well, when you wake up and I'm still sleeping, you think you're still napping? Yes. Please prepare me 2 units. I am. Thank you. I was about to stuff for the hotel. You did? For the thing? Oh, that was. Oh, we could do that. Oh. Yeah. Yes. Oh my goodness. Think that bang my bang. Oh, you like it? I remember. Send me the invoice back for the that parody bar, please. How much was it? Was it? You didn't spend a lot of money on that. Oh, you know that's a pull on, pull off. But you know I change hair in seconds. Hey, Robin. Oh, my goodness.
Google Pixel 9a is built to withstand spills, dust, and drops. It's as big as it gets. So the only thing to worry about is taking in all that beauty. Google Pixel 9a, durable by design. As big as it gets. Checkers and Rally's $4 unbeatable meal deal changes everything. Your choice of sandwich plus fries, drink, and an apple pie. Just $4. It's too much.
You can never have too much flavor.
Get more for your $4. Only at Checkers and Rally's.
Somebody need to tell myself link you up. Now, dude, can you turn the heat down back here? It is hot. Shit, we've been in it. I know I got to wash my panties. Bitch, I told you what now? I gotta hook them up with you. Whatever. We're on the work call. Don't do this on the work call. Correct. Thank you. Don't do that on the work call. You know, I'll let you go for shit like that. Don't do that on the work call. Let me tell you why I don't play. Let me tell you what I don't play. Let me tell you why I don't play stuff with my team. We're in a period of time right now where people are very, very conniving and they're hard. And this is why I tell everybody on my team, from G to Mo to everybody, listen, I don't give a fuck how much they flirting with you and how much they doing all that stuff. Bitch, sit your motherfucking sit your hard dick ass down. Sit your hard dick ass down, because the enemy never comes as your enemy. They always come as your friend. Okay? I need you to understand that. And bitch, I'm not in any scandals. I'm not in any of that type of stuff, and I'm not a team to bring in any type of scandal. Sucking dicks, fucking, and doing all this shit. We're not in the cities to do that. Nobody fucking coming in your jacks and shit going on, whatever. Tell them niggas you're working. And if they want you, they'll fly you here. It's the same thing for me. When I come to these cities, I don't be fucking nobody. I don't be doing that. When y'all see me, after they get out of the room, to the next thing important, bitch. Or in a restaurant. You know, I am not out in the street. I'm not in the club. If the club hasn't given me my coin. Hello. I don't need to be out in sections. This is why y'all see me out in Atlanta in any sections and any with auto service. I don't need to turn up like that, bitch. I'm 48 years old. Bitch, I'm close to 50. I need to be trying to make sure that my AARP is together. Bitch. Bitch, I'm about my coin. I ain't got time for all that. Anything else in between, you're not catching me at the party. I'm not finna be out. Ain't no bitch that they gonna sneak one and pop me and think they gonna sell it from the side. Yeah, ain't no bitch gonna do none of that shit, cause I know me. I know, bitch, I'm gonna bust a check. And I'm gonna pass that what I do. What they check for the tail. I know I'm gonna bust a check. If you put your hands on me, bitch, you ain't doing none of that. I'm gonna bust a check. No. No, I'm not referring to Jameson. No. I spoke to Jameson yesterday. We're trying to see if Jameson is going to be on the schedule next week. We don't know. Jameson is a very booked girl. I spoke to Jameson yesterday. Girl, y'all so discord. I'm just saying in general. I stay on top of my team for shit like that. I stay on top of my team for that. Like I stay on my team for that. And y'all, if y'all tell the G that goes to G, oh, listen, I know y'all, these hoes be doing all this stuff and they do all this kind of stuff. I will terminate you, bitch. I will terminate you. I don't get into that type of shit. Like, bitch, I'm scandal free with that. Okay. And ain't nobody else gonna get me in trouble. They're on the way. Roll out some fly paper, start thinking some nasty thoughts, and do whatever you're gonna do. Ain't nobody else gonna get me in trouble. Nobody. I don't give a fuck how much y'all flirt and inbox and all that shit, bitch. I would terminate them. We're not doing that. I'll be looking at the comments how a motherfucker said, oh, I love T.S. Master. Then 5 minutes. I don't like that bitch. That bitch brag too much. That bitch do this, that bitch that I don't like that bitch. You girls are fickle. Girls that are in the Maddie mob, girls, they've been in there with me for the longest. I'm all right. I love y'all. Some of these girls that came in. Girls are fickle. I don't play with y'all. Y'all ain't gonna set none of the niggas up around me that goes from the straight ones, the gay ones, the in between. I had a long talk with Jaya. Sit your pussy down. If you get flued out, that's on you. You ain't getting flued out on my time, bitch, and being bent and busted open. I will fire you. Hey, I told y'all that, Merle. I will fire you. I will fire you, bitch. If I'm in the city and I ain't riding no dick, bitch, what the fuck is you here doing it for? For what? And where's her cut? She said, man, if you getting gangbanged 24/7. Bitch, I'm prize pussy, bitch. I don't give a fuck how fat I am. How fat and swole and big as you say. I'm prize. That shit grade A motherfucking beat, bitch. I'm royalty pussy, bitch. Everybody can touch me. They couldn't touch me then, bitch, and they damn sure can't touch me now. Bitch, if your D get hard and you gonna fuck yourself out of a job, so be it. Hey, it's on you. If you can't control that dick for your money, see you later. Listen, always want you bad enough, bitch. They'll fire you when you off the clock. Hello? Or you'll be free to fuck all day. Straight up. Okay, free to fuck all day. You say you need this confidence. It's in you. Don't you let nobody else shake it. You don't think I seen motherfucking hoes saying I'm fat and this and unattractive? That shit don't mean a fucking hill of beans to me, bitch. Nothing. Bitch, I turn more niggas down than American Express, Visa, Discover, bitch, and MasterCard put together. And you know you niggas get turned down all the time, bitch. So, bitch, I turn it down. I turn more niggas down than that. So, bitch, all that other shit, I don't give a fuck about that. And I don't center niggas. I don't center. The head of my house. God is the head of my life, bitch. That's the only nigga that's the head of this house. I be talking to some of my friends and stuff, and that's the difference I think when I'm like around us. The people be like, oh, I want a man, I want to lay up, some bitch, I want to work. Bitch, I want my money. I want to work. Bitch, I can come home. I can buy a goddamn body double. Try you see what they did. I was run your fingers through it and see what they did. All the said, my girls was dead. Work and have hold this thing. I mean, I had to because it was straight. I had to. We'll talk about it. We have to discuss it. Oh, remind me to pay them 2 invoices too when I get there. And I also got to pay these other folks invoices when I get Friday. I got to go down my invoice. Just put me on the put a reminder on that for me to do that. It's not available. I mean, it's not available. It's not available. It's not available. Hey, D Train, the Bear was one on sub. I'm tired of life of Jasmine. I think that if people understood, because I seen people write that bitch because I see the stuff, and I'm like, girl, you know how people wish, it's like it's not gonna fucking happen. It's not that. If I even see moments of inkers of that.
My thing is, a bitch can't keep themselves without a poverty. How you gonna keep poverty over?
If you need a high-performance portable generator at an unbeatable value, check out Predator Generators from Harbor Freight. Whether you need a generator to power your outdoor recreation and fun, heavy-duty job site tools, or to keep the lights on at home, there's a Predator Generator for you. Choose from traditional portable generators, super quiet, efficient inverter generators, and even multi-fuel generators. When you need the power to do more, Predator is give us the best for a whole lot less. Only at Harbor Freight.
Exfoliate and moisturize. Old Spice.
I'm just asking, Mark. You still broke, and you speaking brokenness over me. You can't even speak yourself up out of it. It ain't never gonna happen. It ain't never gonna happen. And my head hits the wall. Oh. Shit. So we have, tell us, I don't know my schedule, tell them what we got.
This weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, so this weekend, tonight, we are going to be doing Drag It's Not a Crime. Check out her page. Well, I'm not doing it. She's doing it.
Yeah.
But check out her page. She got them posted. Tomorrow, we are doing the World Pride Conference. We have a panel with Dominique. The Human Rights World Pride Conference.
Yeah.
We tentatively have a panel with Dominique and Monroe. And I think that's at 9:30 in the morning.
A.M.
A.M.
Okay.
A.M. So then we leave it there. And then you are going into a rehearsal for the biggest drag show ever that's going to be in D.C. that night.
Okay.
So after we leave rehearsal, she will then be going, well, you got to go in the glam, but we'll be at the Howard Theater because we have to hang out with Raven and Miranda.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to kick it with them for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to leave the Howard Theater, and then we're going to go back to another job.
Okay.
Which is the biggest drag show ever, and you'll be
I
there.
went for the documentary about that. Oh my God, they want me to do. Did you speak to that lady? I sent you over her card.
Oh yeah, she took a picture. I got it.
And I also need you to go through my phone while I'm sleeping.
I do that.
I know. And I need you to respond to those people that have been texting me, like people that have been my friends for a long time, and like we do a business. Listen, if you want to convince me, you got to talk to Hugh. You talk to Huey.
You got to talk to Huey. She's not gonna answer anymore.
What the American gangster said, you got business with me. Talk to you. Come over here and talk to me. And I'll give you this. You will come back to you and tell you what it is. Now, if you want to deal with me, because here's the thing. Here's how the chain of command works, right? Chain of command works like this. When you speaking to Legra, there's only 2 more legs before he gets back to me.
You don't want that.
I'll be trying to be very professional about the situation. The last time I just came out of character was this last situation with this goddamn a shitless pot eating ass bitch. That's the last time I came out of whatever. It's a lot of things. Trent is my executive assistant. Legra is my manager. I have 2 black lawyers, 2 black female lawyers that will rip you to pieces.
And a blink of an eye.
Will rip you to pieces. I don't even call on my girls until there's something very serious.
Because they don't play.
They do not play. I don't call on my girls until there's something. All that shit what you hoes knew about me back then, and be talking from that shit from a back then from a 10-year gold status, this is a whole new TS.
Say it one more time.
It's a whole new TS. I don't show everybody on my motherfucking team. But bitch, just know that if the day does come in,
you were gonna know this.
We are prepared.
They are there.
We are prepared. And so, I'm just saying, baby, let me tell you something. My little bitty lawyer, baby, Oh, I gotta call her.
Yes,
I'll call her when I get to her. Text her until I call her when I get to her. But my little bitty lawyer, bitch, and when it gets there, it's over.
Over with.
I'll be like, sister, please, just come. I'll be rubbing her on the belly, sister, please.
It's the same shit I be doing to you.
She said, man,
Mama no. What you about me? Mama no.
And she said, Master, this is what you pay me to do. I was like, sister, but goddamn.
They don't be playing with them.
Sister, please.
You gonna run them off?
Oh my God. She said, this is what you pay me to do. I'm like,
but
girl.
it pays to have people around you that know your worth.
That's right. And all of my people in my team understand my vision. They understand what's going on. They understand that I'm not the TS that was just back there and that was back there making little videos. I know a lot of people like to keep me in that box, like those people that, oh, I ain't seen her. I said, don't she do porn? Don't he be this? If that's where you're still stuck, this lets me know that you know everything that I'm doing.
Period.
But because you see everything that I'm doing, you try to reduce me or deduce what my presence that's going on now to that. And it's okay, because I own that. Yes, that is a part of my legacy. Literally. That is a part of my legacy.
And not only owned it, but you refurbished and gave it back as charity, bitch. It bought you. The gag is porn bought me my first $1 million house, and I gave it back to the girl.
I gave it back. I paid it forward.
And people wonder why you blessed.
And my thing is, like, I seen a big fat nasty slobbering goddamn 1989 theme song ass bitch, with their mouth on me. I'm learning in a space to try to keep it that I get real pressed while those bitches be real pressed. And so that's what I have to remember.
Yes, ma'am. You're a mom and pop. I'm a corporation.
Correct. INC.
I'm a corporation.
And I'm very much turn on my camera and be like, yes, ma'am, girl, what's the tea? And I'm doing, yeah. They think, but bitch, this is an entity here.
I tell people all the time that your brand is controlled chaos. People think that you're random and all of this. Bitch, this is all a product. Like your authenticity, can't nobody duplicate this.
And here's the thing. When I hired Trent to come on as my assistant, and he walked in the door, and I finally gave him access to the situation. When he got access to the situation, he was like, "Oh my God, this is a lot of this
bitch.
This bitch."
No lie. When I first got access to the emails, I think I sat for 3 days. No lie, 3 days straight. I was just reading the emails and all the type of deals, and I'm just like, bitch.
The deals, the working, the
calendar.
No, Legger was doing that. Legger was doing it, and Legger had got through. Legger was going through working with. She had got diagnosed with breast cancer or whatever, and so stuff started getting to be overwhelming, whatever. And as people talk about, I brag a lot. If I really wanted to hurt you hoes feelings, if I truly wanted to hurt you feelings, all I would have to do was open up that email and be like, bitch, who clout what? This is all day.
All day long. Throughout the night.
This is through the night, this is through the day. This is all day, bitch. And this is the stuff that I have to remind myself when I'm having conversations and people are like, that bitch need to remain humble. I'm like, sweetie, you have no idea how humble I am.
Literally. But not only that, you're also a person, I've been in meetings with you when you're like, oh, this ain't gonna work for me, but I know a girl. And them bitches will never know you gave them a job.
Everybody's sitting over there gagging at my rollout for the Outlaws podcast. Like how I have all these people. I didn't clout chase them.
At all.
These people are in my Rolodex. I didn't clout them and this and the other. These people communicate with me.
Oh, Miss Tina's so comfortable. Look at her.
Of course Miss Tina's comfortable. It's not our first time being around each other. The fuck? Of course, people. Of course, I don't sit and talk about all the things that I could make you all say. Then be humble. But if you listen to the key tones when I'm sitting down having a conversation with people, you'll know what people add with me.
All day long.
So
we have to answer Pam.
Yeah, we will. But yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Girl, my rollout from my iHeart Pocket is amazing, and it's still doing
Oh,
it.
y'all ain't even.
Big girl, I'm not
Baby.
ready. Wait a minute, she got a good rollout with this girl. You ain't seen nothing.
You ain't seen nothing.
I've been doing this stuff. I've been in this business for a very long time. And I know a lot of people say, well, I only found you through the Queen's Court. Okay, that's great. That was one system that you found me through. But there were many systems.
Ooh, she said one system.
I was already working through. What the girl didn't understand, and I've talked about this a couple of times, when I first popped, the white people grabbed me.
Let's have a conversation.
That's how you niggas didn't know me. The white people grabbed me first, bitch. I went to the mainstream channels, bitch, from the door.
And this ain't no shade.
Me being shady,
our people are telling us that we're not enough, or that's too much, or
being this and the other. But bitch, the very first thing that ever reached out to me, the very first entity that reached out to me was Home Box Office Network, was HBO. That was the first thing that reached out to me back almost 2 decades ago.
What's that say?
I was like, well, how the fuck y'all found me? And then ever since then, it's that. If you guys knew the relationships I have with networks, the relationships I have with motherfucking production companies, the relationships I have with Disney,
okay,
and this and the other, you girls don't know this stuff. And a lot of times y'all see right, you would really think that I was bragging if I really told y'all my business. You'd be vomiting.
Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Get a bacon, egg, and cheese, a medium coffee, and 6 hash browns. Only at Dunkin'.
Why can't we say we're the best home shopping site? Because while true, you just can't say that legally.
What if we said it in Spanish?
Homes.com es el mejor.
No.
What if he said it?
Homes.com. It's the best.
Homes.com.
It's the best.
I let y'all live when y'all be over there. Oh, well, she just do porn. I ain't know her since she was with that girl over there. That's all I knew them for, doing this and the other. And she was chasing fame so bad. Sweetie, fame came to me because that's what it was a part of my destiny.
Hello?
I seen a bitch right underneath his name, underneath the video. TS think that she bigger than what she is. Oh, no, excuse me. He think he bigger than what he is. No, you just don't know what you're talking about.
And I can't expect, and also you can't expect a bitch that well in certain areas to know who you are because you don't exist over there.
Right. A lot of you girls get your news from those low vibrational places.
Very
so
low.
You're not going to see me on MSNBC. You're not going to see me on ABC. You're not going to see me motherfucking in the Washington Post. You're not going to see this. It's not where you get your information.
You're not reading though.
You think because I'm not City Star Variety and City Star's always on the neighborhood talker. You don't never really see the neighborhood talker or any of those places post accomplishments. They spot post. They post up here and there.
Or they post things that's going to engage conversation around
people engaged into thinking that all I do is argue with a bitch, or all I do is go, bitch, I live into the BAT.
What's that?
Into the BAT.
It's a capital B too.
Make it C-A-N-G, M-W-O-R-L-D. So when you see me in the spec, I saw a motherfucker right tweeting, she all
humble.
I'm not paying them to post me. I'm not paying you to post that where other news outlets and shit like that speaking that. I'm not paying you to do that. So what they do is they find pieces like me. Bitch, I was over there doing a grand opening of a hotel in Mexico. Bitches thought I was down there just looking around and shaking my head. Bitch, I was over there with Jennifer Coolidge, just doing this, making things happen, moving to some of the community with press and doing alliances and partnerships with people who are helping making changes in our community. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that stuff. Then they go post on some of these days. Is it harder to get the rest of the time assholes up there to try to read me? Bitch, you could never read me. I don't give a fuck how fat I get, bitch. You can't drag me. Bitch, you can never read me. I'm too big to drag.
I am so big, drag extending me. I'm finna climb out the window.
You have lost your mind to be thinking that, like, girl, you know. And I know the mom. Sometimes the mom holds them like Hollywood Unlocked and all that. They be holding those accountable. This is why I had to. This is why I didn't say anything about the Jess Hilarious situation, because I knew that it would have overshadowed my day, just like that regular chick with Kaya. I knew that she would have tried to overshadow my day, my day in DC. It would have tried to overshadow my house. Now I will say that they did take it upon themselves. They had no other choice because it was all over the place. It was all over the news. It was all over the things about the T.S. Madison Starter House. So they didn't have any other choice but to post that type of stuff, you know. But bitch, I'm not gonna be overshadowing. Just feels how she feels. May God bless her afterlife. Whatever.
But not the Maybe it'll be the next one.
Let them do that. Let them sweat on her like that shit. I don't give whatever.
Well, they say you're not an activist anymore.
Well, hey, well, let them say whatever they choose. I'm not. I activate.
You said you are, though.
Bitch, I activate. That's why I didn't say anything. And I knew the moment that I would have said anything, they would have chopped up that kid. It would have been me versus her. It would have been me versus women and the men. Just like when you know other shit with regular asshole. That regular asshole jumped out the door first. She jumped out the window first. I was doing my thing. Nobody was somebody. And I said, too much job. Bitches that be easy to them. And now everybody, oh, I'm team this because why? Is it because your team is because you don't like me because I'm a bragger, you don't like me because I'm a man, I'm a fucking trainee, you don't like me because of this stuff. Okay, that's great, let's say that. Instead of looking at the entire picture, that bitch over here because that bitch got up and told us out and tried to, and was carrying on in front of all these fucking people. Then everybody tried to make it out like, oh, I was mad that she said this. I know that mother man gonna call me all types of shit. I know this. I call that bitch all types of shit. I know this. I know that bitch say all types of shit about me. I don't give a fuck. What I give a fuck about is the people in my community that work for me, that know that, bitch, I'm spending time to get my bag to let somebody else. Now, first I'm gonna call your bitch ass talking shit like that. And I would do it in their face.
Hello? Miss Mary, I hate to have a fan base that just show
Anyway, let's just say TS on the view right now again. That's not true. Send me the motherfucker. Send me the Delta.
Yeah, this is back on the field.
What I done did now? Oh, it is part of the rewind.
Everybody that's
Henry, you say that's the support. Listen, you can support. Hey, I want to be honest, right? You don't know shit is hurting you until it hurts you. I was big on that. Listen, and listen, she is an example of people that's in our lives. Oh, my interview with Jasmine is on there? Hey, you can stop at the show, but you can get my interview with Jasmine. Oh, for real? Hey.
You know what I say? You can never be too prepared or too willing to think the other guy can't spend them. It's like you're almost with them. Bring the chopper down easy. Let's mess this up now.
Oh, they say my interview with Jasmine. I get him from me take a clip. Yes, please make sure y'all see that clip. We post that.
actually y'all recorded them. You posted to the stories and said,
you know ain't none of the blogs gonna post it. Yeah. But they'll definitely
send it to the blog.
They'll definitely post Living Pepper Wings.
Girl, won't they?
You know,
not on the view, but Living Pepper Wings for 25.
You know what the spirit telling me? That'll be my next thought. The view.
It will be.
Thank you for projecting. Hallelujah view. Gearing it up.
You know, when we do our golden globe press run, anyway, you got to stop by there. No, that's how you do it before, not after you win. You know, you got to do the press run, baby.
And so, people like that. And here's the thing. I've said this countless times. I know I've seen people in the comments say, well, it was all right when y'all was sitting next to each other and you were saying,
please address it.
No, I don't have to address it because I've addressed it countless. They don't watch, and it's okay. I've said countless times. I felt safe because I thought that they weren't talking to me. And the moment that the lens was turned on me, they have always been talking about it.
And that's some real ass shit.
And so when you think like that, when you know that motherfucking person that you hang around, you gays that hang around the people that be like, you don't never feel safe because one thing they will see is show exactly who they are the moment that they're upset. The moment they're upset, you become that's what they don't like.
Even in that, you already said as well that you had to sit with that actor and you had to sit with your karma.
Yeah, I did. I also told y'all, for those people who didn't listen, I had to sit with the karmatic energy of that. I had to, again, like I said, the law of reciprocity don't miss nobody. It don't miss nobody. The law of reciprocity doesn't miss anyone. Bitch, when I was reading and doing all the things or whatever, I got ran down to the floor, whatever, pour me up, bitch, I had to eat that. I did it, so I had to eat that. Those unwarranted things that, like, would come out of my, I had to eat that.
And that connects to when you're on tag talk and y'all be like, well, Maddie don't push this, or Maddie don't. No, she don't. Because she learned.
I've learned my karmatic lessons about it. Like, yes, there's stuff that I talk about, whatever. And I might be a little shady, a little whatever, but I don't go like me because I understand the law of reciprocity. Again, this is why I call this next man. I don't know about somebody else.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Pixel, and this is my friend iPhone. Good.
Ever. Did you
Thank you for bags.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, everybody working getting paid.
Everybody, I said that years ago.
My first voices that I used over one of my reels. Everybody working, getting paid.
Jaya didn't do my eye makeup. This was done on set. I'm telling you, I've been in travel for the last 48 hours. Yeah.
She absolutely is gonna be EGOT.
Glitter mix everybody has. Yes, ma'am. Listen, I want you to know I love your lashes. Please give me another bundle, another bushel like these. I got a lot of shit. I got a lot of work coming up. You know.
Oh yeah, that's glitter. You do like them.
What people don't understand is that I hold my own stuff accountable. I'll sit and be like, ooh, I did say that. But then I'm not above reproach. Like I'd be like, but you're not gonna check me the way you want to fucking check me. You know what I'm saying? Check me in a space that's gonna make me think and not react. You know, motherfuckers say they're gonna check you like, bitch, you ain't gonna control. No, you ain't gonna roll up on me with that bitch. You said, yeah, I had did because I'm yeah, did, bitch. And I ain't changing it. No, don't happen.
Yes, it's the same P.O. box.
Yes. Baby, this traffic is the oof. It's the foo-la-la. Yeah, so please make sure y'all send me those clips from The View. Then we got to post some back-to-back. The Outlaw, we just came out 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks?
4 episodes.
We just came out 4 weeks ago, bitch. We already know The View.
Y'all are about to get
y'all.
a whole season.
Hey, Chicago, I love you, man. We got a sweet, man, even deep in our season. We got some shit on there that's so vicious. Like,
Don't say it.
listen, I actually sat Yeah, it's coming out. I actually sat and looked back over, like after we were filming some of the episodes, and I was like, you know, God, the only reason why this wasn't the first thing that you put on my plate to do, like coming out, is because I needed my story to have, damn yeah, I needed my story to have meaning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it needed to have meaning. It needed to have purpose. It needed that. And I'm not telling everybody, like, it's the way that I went behind, and did things in my life that's not everybody's story, but this is mine. I needed people to always throw up porno and sex work and this and the other. And she's crass. And she did. I needed to be the unorthodox vessel because everybody has been conditioned to believe that there's only one path to do anything. It has one look, one sound, and that's
if they featured us on Fox News with Jasmine Crockett.
They did. Oh, we need all those clips. It has to be like that. It gotta be like that. Because if somebody, I'm not cookie cutter, I cut your motherfucking ass out if I feel like it. I will not respond to you if I don't want to. I'll talk about bitch that I got an anaconda. Bitch, I will say some controversial shit. I will check myself publicly about shit I done said no. So you gotta have, and there has to be an example or a person that don't fit the mold. You know, you have like a handbook, like there's, when the handbook used to be for you to be a star. The handbook used to be you got to sing and dance or play basketball. You sit on to that and no way into being no star. You got to, I picked up my camera, and I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna go for some sleeping. I picked up my camera. I said, ooh, I want to match this bitch on the pool. I recorded all that stuff in my mind. On, like, bitch, how I felt during this. And I later on, for those of you who have been following me for years, this is how I was famous. I would vlog my life on the YouTube channel, talking about sex words, talking about my movies, talking about how men have made me feel. Like, I was one of the first sets of black. It was Cat Black. It was Diamond Styles. Diamond Styles. I learned how to use YouTube from Diamond Styles. It was Diamond Styles, Cat Black, documented her journey and all this stuff. Like, I was just very crass and very in your face, saying motherfucker, fuck your bitch. I was very vulgar. I was extremely vulgar. And I amassed a following. I amassed a following so crazy that's your 67, 75-year-old grandma, your 80-year-old grandma know who I am. Your motherfucking, the niggas know who I am because they had my DVDs under the bed. Hello? Busting nuts to them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Somebody done found one of them a little viral clips that went online that somebody posted that their man was riding me bitch like a horse. And that shit was in Facebook groups and talking about it or whatever. So there's been so many ways to be connected to me that, whatever. And so people don't expect for you to come out of any place except for where they find you. That's why when they be saying, oh, bitch, I see that bitch porno, whatever. I went to a party the other night with my friends that we filmed a Fag Talk for TV, the comedy special. And one of my girlfriends, she said, girl, I've been following you, girl. She said, I've been following you, girl. She said, girl, every time we go somewhere. She said, girl, I've been following you, girl. You got a big OG. I was like, oh my God. I fell out laughing because that's what she said. I was like, girl, I'm old now, girl. That shit probably so, girl, that shit probably so motherfucker got that wrinkle and shit her with that gray hair around it. So, I was kidding. And she said, but I've been following you that long. And she said, I've been following you so long. And to watch you transform. Not transform. Literally.
Well, he's a warmongering
Watch you
right-wing
transform.
douche with all the subtlety of a red dildo. Trust me, I've met a lot of them. Warmongering right-wing douches, not red dildos. The point is, Percival is so good in that shithole.
Through space and time. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch you do this like way before you even, but I watch you just sit up and tell stories at night about how you was a hooker. What they used to be about, they used to call my Lipton tea hours. And like I would share these stories just because I needed an outlet to tell somebody what the fuck was going on. So, it's so many people knew me. I would eat something in the middle of the night. Listen, I remember this. I would never. This is one of my industry stories that I would tell. I remember me going to pitch the T.S. Madison experience when we were out doing the T.S. Madison experience. We were going to network. And so we went to Fox, and I'm going to call names because they know Stephen Brown. Stephen Brown was the head of Fox. And when I came in, it was me in New York, and we sat down, and Stephen Brown came out of his office, and he said to me, I don't need no introduction to you. I've been watching you for so. Now, this is the head of networking.
Hello?
I've been watching you on Facebook for the longest. He said, you are the reason why that I eat Talente ice cream and gummy bears. I was like, bitch, you know me. No, listen, no, it was the Madagascar or the Tahitian Tahitian vanilla bean. Listen, I walked in the head of networking. Do you hear what I'm telling you, Trent? And I love Steve Brown. That white man told me, bitch, because they were trying to. They said, oh no. I don't need you to introduce me to her. I follow her.
I already know who she is.
I follow her. I fell in love with her while she was eating ice cream. So when hoes be up there talking that bullshit about me being a clout and all this stuff, when I walk into the room and we're talking about TV and movies and all this stuff, bitch, when I did Zola, A24, I love A24, the production company. I love A24. A24 makes some of the most magnificent films. They make some of them very edgy. And when I went to A24 to do all the head people at A24 was like, bitch,
Okay, you're going for the codes. I'll tell my contact to meet you off Elgin Avenue.
Time to be alive. Time to be alive.
Checkers and Rally's $4 unbeatable meal deal changes everything. Your choice of sandwich plus fries, drink, and an apple pie. Just $4. It's too much.
Too much flavor.
Get more for your $4. Only at Checkers and Rally's.
These guys have a real hard on for her. In a non-creepy, just
I walk into the lady.
So anyway,
Talking that mess about blah blah blah. Bitch, I'm your fave slave. You don't have to know who I am. But I've been this shit for a long ass motherfucking time.
Bitch, I have seen you. We was in LA doing a whole nother job, Jaya. We was on lunch. This bitch said, Trent, come on, we get in the car. I've seen her walk into a networks building unannounced. Get the executives out of their office and bring them to the conference room. Have them niggas order us food. We're sitting they ordered lunch, and she's like, because she's all one thing she don't tell me, you don't wait for nobody to do.
You don't wait for anybody to do. You know what?
here for the access codes? Humane labs? All right. When I get the all clear, we'll give you the codes. Can I get sign-off? We need to be sure about that. That bank. That was you, right? Or someone associated to you? What you're getting into right now is a whole different ballgame, my friends. You got the go-ahead? We got it.
The FIB, what are these clowns doing here? Shit!
So you don't watch me walking Viacom. Hey, I need a meeting. Everybody here, let's have a seat. Tell them TS downstairs. You hear me? TS is here. Do you hear me? And buzz the fuck up. As they becoming an assistant, like, I know that gagged you. Oh, yes, ma'am. I know you gagged. I know that you come in this camp and you found out that there's so many. If you would have listened to the outside people talking about me, you'd be like, oh shit. But once you got over here, it's like, oh bitch, this is a machine. We land at 1 in the morning. I get home to go to sleep. 3 a.m. She calling me, hey Trent, did you see that email that came through? No. I was sick. Oh, you're asleep. Oh, you want to get any money? Okay. Listen. Hey, it be very sarcastic. Let me know when you want to make money. Listen. This is a business. Close your eyes, Trent. Bitch, when I wake up and she already in conversation with you. Like, this is a business. Listen, we went over there to the news station when Bun had us on that run for when we were doing the I Am Awards. When I set foot in the news station, oh my God, TS is here. I don't have to do all that other shit, bitch. There are people who have been following me. And I remember a writer for a magazine before he became a great writer for, he told me, Tony, I was telling my baby Tony. Tony said, Madison, I don't like the way people don't write about you or whatever, But I said, well, you do it. You go write. One thing I'm always gonna do is speak encouraging stuff to little people. I was little people. Every fucking time. What I tell you, don't you treat those people no kind. When you be like, Master, come on. I said, no. No.
You here for the access codes? Humane labs? All right. When I get the all clear, we'll give you the codes. Can I get sign-off? We need to be sure about that. That bank. That was you, right? Or someone associated to you? What you're getting into right now is a whole different ballgame, my friends. You got the go-ahead? We got it.
The FIB, what are these clowns doing here? Shit!
Move up!
Barrels coming at us. Damn it! Do not surrender. Take them out. We are burned if you are caught.
What is he? Is he an aspiring writer?
Or even a podcast.
Is this an aspiring podcast? Stop. We need to do this.
But even with me, stuff out of assistance of Myrtle, you can see this. And she on the meet. Oh, Trent writes. Trent is a producer. I need you to add Trent's name on there. I need you to do that. And then when you come up with an idea, Myrtle, I want to do this. It's never, no, I don't want to do that. It's always, well, this is what's going to work on here because I've done this. So if you take this part of your idea and mix it with this, this is why it's going to work. She'll never say, no, I don't like it, and that's the deal. No. She's going to explain.
Okay, let's get these armored vehicles. Get down to Davis Ports. vehicles came in electric with driverless capabilities. Might look into the financing options. Use it for the kids' soccer run. Not that I have children. That I know of. Officially. Who needs the paperwork, right? For cars, not kids. And who needs it when I can recruit degenerates like you to go on errands? Hey, by the way, you mind picking up some milk while you're out? I'm joking. You'll only be asked to collect what's needed for the larger operation, so unless we're taking advantage of a guard's lactose intolerance, you won't be sent to the farmer's market. Rest assured. Looks like you're almost at the quarry. Merryweather have rented the place to do some tests on the insurgent LAPVs. It's a live fire test, so expect resistance once you engage. Try and hold off engaging for as long as possible, though. Your best chance of success will come if you retain control of the situation. These vehicles are fast, armored, all-terrain. Perfect for a militarized police, police-sized military, and concerned civilian interests. Whether you're driving this into enemy forces in a theater of war or a crowd of protesters in downtown LS. Insurgent LAPV Mark III integrity test on my signal. And fire! Get the insurgents and get out of there. Use the mounted machine gun on one of them if you have to. I'll meet you at our safe house on North Calafia Way. They're gonna send people after you, and they aren't going to be nice people. Make sure we get the LAPVs back in one piece.
I tell you, we only needed one of these. Other one's a spare. You're gonna be going in the one without a gun. Don't want to draw attention. Pull the electrics, strip the plating, EMP will go in. Merriweather won't notice a difference. You guys won't need armor in there, will you? All right, now get going. Let's wrap this up.
Cost to Elon Musk, and this
For years, which is really terrible. Ukraine, of course, one of the big topics, but there are other issues, of course, that are very difficult between Germany and the United States. One of them is the tariffs that President Trump has threatened to put in place. Germany, of course, is a country that produces a lot of things made of steel and exports a lot of things made of steel, including automobiles, to the United States. So it could get hit very hard by tariffs. The other thing also is defense spending and America's role in European defense. On that topic, President Trump did say that he planned to keep American troops on the ground here in Germany. For Pleiken, CNN, Berlin.
Well, Chancellor Merz spoke with CNN's Jake Tapper after his Oval Office meeting with President Trump. And Jake asked Mr. Merz if he feels he's convinced Mr. Trump to put more pressure on Moscow.
I think that he is really thinking about what he could do more on ending this war. And this is something which we are having in common, that we are all looking for instruments or for measures how we can stop this terrible war. And this was, in that respect, a very good discussion we had.
Right after you were elected as the head of your party, you said, quote, "The utmost priority is strengthening Europe as quickly as possible so that we achieve independence from the United States." You added that the Trump administration, quote, "doesn't care much about the fate of Europe," unquote. But today you said you wanted to work jointly with President Trump. So I'm wondering, would you call this visit to Washington, D.C. a last-ditch effort? And is Europe ready to stare down Putin on its own, if need be?
Well, this is not a contradiction. We are looking for more independence in Europe from, for example, China. In military respects, within NATO, to strengthen the European pillar of NATO. And we are, of course, looking for close cooperation with the United States of America. We have been partners for decades now, and the world is changing. But on the other hand, America and Europe are still sharing the same values, and that's the reason why I'm here, to find out what we can do jointly and where we have to be more independent in Europe. And that's my task as German Chancellor, to find ways what we can do jointly and on the European side.
Well, NATO is moving to shift its military spending into high gear amid political pressure from Washington and concern about possible military threats from Moscow. On Thursday, the alliance chief proposed an increase in defense spending to 5% of members' countries' GDP. That would be in line with the request from U.S. President Donald Trump. The NATO chief offered a breakdown of how the money would be spent.
I will propose an overall investment plan that will total 5% of GDP in defense investment, 3.5% of GDP for core defense spending. This is based on the forecast to meet the new capability targets that ministers have just agreed, and 1.5% of GDP per year in defense and security-related investments like infrastructure and industry.
Currently, only 4 European NATO members spend more than 3% of their GDP in defense. The NATO leader said the change to 5% of GDP would apply to every country, including the U.S., which currently spends 3.4%. Well, bitter attacks and an end to the bromance. The relationship between Elon Musk and U.S. President Trump is imploding online for all the world to see as the two billionaires exchange looks.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious health risks can build up from sitting too long. But motion changes everything. Introducing Ready Rocker with its patented Rock Perfect design that supports your spine, as it helps improve posture, relieve back pain, boost circulation, and release endorphins for your overall well-being, no matter where you are. Lightweight, portable, and covered in memory foam, Ready Rocker instantly transforms any chair or space into a healthier sitting experience.
Sitting too long isn't just uncomfortable, it's unhealthy. With Ready Rocker, we make sitting a healthier experience for people of all ages.
From soothing babies to helping with posture, back pain, and stress, we discovered that rocking can truly improve lives.
Sitting is the new smoking. A sedentary lifestyle, whether you're sitting at a desk or in a vehicle all day, is not good for the body to just stay in that same position. And that's why the Ready Rocker is so effective. The rocking motion constantly keeps you active and helps you ease pain, reduces stress. It actually releases endorphins in the brain. It's a booster.
I used to be in pain all the time, but with Ready Rocker, I felt relief. And I'm in a better mood. I take it everywhere.
I can literally feel the stress being taken off my joints while rocking. My back stopped hurting, my arthritis felt better. It's just wonderful.
Now you can join the movement that's changing lives and helping thousands find relief. Call now or go online to get 40% off your purchase. We'll even ship it for free. Plus, you'll get this bonus seat cushion.
Ready Rocker is changing lives one rock at a time.
Now it's your turn to experience the relief for yourself.
Call 800-374-4128 or go to getreadyrocker.com. That's 800-374-4128 or go to getreadyrocker.com. Call now.
Sensitive skin, and it's eco-friendly. So plastic containers like this won't end up in landfill, but it's still a true stay away. It works in all
types of washing machines. This shirt was stained with cherry juice. I'll place one sheet on top and add water. In just seconds, the stain is gone. Check out what people say. These are so heavy to look around. I would love like sheets like these. Big box, 60 loads, and it can fit in my purse. That's right, Kate. Good luck. You just got a lot easier. We're gonna get some of these. It's time to land the load so you can start happy hour sooner. Call or go online now to get happy hour laundry sheets. Enough for 120 loads for just $14.99 with free shipping. That's right. Call now or go to our website and get a full month of happy hour for 50% off our regular price. Happy hour ships right from the USA. And I guarantee happy hour laundry sheets will make laundry days easier or you'll get your money back. Call or go online to get yours today.
Call 1-800-960-9570 or go online to buyhappyhour.com. So call 1-800-960-9570 or go to buyhappyhour.com.
On the back of Linda Kincaid, two of the world's loudest and most powerful billionaires have ended their alliance amid an ugly public feud, stemming from bitter disagreements about the budget bill. Elon Musk went nuclear on Donald Trump on Thursday, making all sorts of venomous claims, saying that the president couldn't have won the election without him, and then calling for his impeachment. Musk even claimed the president was named in the Jeffrey Epstein files. Donald Trump, for his part, said Musk was wearing thin and just went crazy. He later threatened to end Musk's government contracts. And Musk said SpaceX would start decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Later walked back that threat. CNN's Christian Holmes picks up the story.
Well, there is breaking up, and then there is publicly taking a flamethrower to the other person's reputation, to their livelihood, and that is really what we saw and continue to see playing out between two of the world's most powerful men, Elon Musk and President Donald Trump. Of course, what we saw is changed so much since last Friday when Elon Musk had his government send off, leaving the government, Donald Trump and Musk talking highly about each other, has now devolved into personal attacks on each person's respective online platform. All of this stemming from this bill, this congressional spending bill. Elon Musk earlier this week starting to attack the bill pretty aggressively. We first saw Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, respond to this in real time. She was giving a press briefing and she laughed it off, saying Donald Trump knows where Elon Musk stands. He's going to continue with this bill. But since then, this continued to devolve. Elon Musk ramping up the pressure, saying how awful this bill was. White House officials telling us behind the scenes that they believe this is all about the electric vehicle mandate, the rolling back of electric vehicle credits, and that's why Elon Musk was mad. We were also told that Trump himself, behind closed doors, before he reacted, was speculating this was all about business for Musk, that this was all about him going back to Tesla, and these were things he needed to do. But today, Donald Trump broke his silence, was asked a question about Musk, and really went into it, saying he was disappointed in Musk. This was all about those electric vehicle credits, that they had a very good relationship. He didn't know if they were going to have one again. Musk then began responding himself in real time on Twitter, on X, his own platform, hitting back at several things that Donald Trump said. Now, this continued to go on until the attacks got personal. At one point, Musk saying that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. That itself, trying to have a low blow here to Donald Trump. Now, it was quiet after that. We saw Donald Trump's only engagement in this was a post about the bill, saying he was fine with Elon turning on him, but he wished he wouldn't turn on the bill. Now we have a statement, the most recent one, from Carolyn Levitt, the press secretary, addressing these accusations from Elon Musk. He says, this is an unfortunate episode from Elon. He was unhappy with the one big, beautiful bill because it does not include the policies he wanted. The president is focused on passing this historic piece of legislation and making our country great again. Well, there is a reason that this is so focused. It is because the directive from the top, of course, being President Trump, is to keep focused on the bill. Try not to get in the weeds here because, of course, this bill is Donald Trump's legacy. Donald Trump, his administration, they believe so much of what he needs to get done on his agenda, the things he's promised to do, is wrapped up in this bill. So for that reason, he is currently telling his team to stay focused on the bill. But that could change at any time. We obviously are not seeing any letting up on either side, particularly Musk, who at one point earlier today agreed with a post that called for Donald Trump's impeachment. So as this plays out, this is one of the most public breaking ups of two high-powered individuals that we've seen in quite some time. Kristen Holmes, CNN, the White House.
Well, still ahead, Russia launches an overnight assault across Ukraine after Vladimir Putin warned of retaliation for Ukraine's drone attacks on Russian warplanes over the weekend. We'll have more on our top story after a quick break.
You are going to bring the plane here. You're going to unload the EMP, sell the plane to fund the rest of the operation, write out the late fees. Easy. After that, you need to deliver the EMP here. We're going to borrow a helicopter from here, and we should be good to go. All right? Great. Good. Call me.
It's time to bring harmony back to the forest. Please join us. Save the tigers.
Nothing's better than a backyard barbecue, right? But to start, you have to push, scrape, and scrub your hot grill with a wire brush. But look closer. Sharp wire bristles can break off and end up in your food, putting your family in danger. Stop and start grilling safely, America, with Horsepower Giddy Up, the new grill cleaning brush that automatically removes burnt, stuck-on debris, fast, easy, and bristle-free. While the grill is cold, just press on, and Giddy Up blasts away charred meats, sticky sauces, messy oils, and more. Giddy Up works on all types of grill grates. Even messy park grills go from disaster to a sparkling grilling master. Now all your food has a delicious, mouth-watering grill taste. No more scrubbing over a hot grill or dangerous bristles. The secret, our chainmail link system, driven by a powerful high-torque motor that's built for a lifetime of punishing abuse. Let it safe to use and won't pop this delicate balloon. Try that with the wire brush. And look, it cleans the top and sides at the same time. We burn cheese, onions, meat, and sticky barbecue sauce. Then use Giddy Up to blast away the grime in no time. The best part, the brush head is dishwasher safe and reusable, making it the last grill brush you'll ever need. Go online and get your Horsepower Giddy Up with storage strap to lock in pre-tariff pricing and receive fast, free shipping. It's even rechargeable and has a bright LED light to grill at night. But hurry, this could be your last chance to lock in this pre-tariff price. Giddy Up is available to ship from our U.S. warehouse, and there's a strict limit of 3. So don't wait. Start grilling safely, America, with Giddy Up.
To order, call 1-800-647-1796 or visit mygiddyup.com. So call 1-800-
electrics in the vicinity. They're keeping it in a Hydra jump jet, 40-year-old technology. But anything newer would rely on circuitry and get taken out by the pulse. Yeah, I know, an insurgent and an EMP are non-standard equipment for a raid like this. Based on Reshkovsky's in-depth knowledge of the facility, the schematics he provided, we've been able to draw up a plan with a high probability of success. Human factor discounted. The drawback is the shopping list, but you have it in your hands now, and you're running down the aisles and filling up our carts. Come on. You see it? The aircraft carrier. Prepare to board and make your way up to the flight deck. You find the Hydra with the EMP on it. Bring it back to the base. How do we know it's on the ship? The crew leaked an inventory on the dark net. Put everything up for sale, the bastards. If we don't get this equipment, it'll go into the hands of the terrorists, not thieves. You ready to board? There are two ways into the hangar bay. One door in front of you and another up a flight of stairs. Make your way through the hangar and take some more stairs up to the flight deck. They put out a mayday signal. Keep pushing and get to the jet. There's a supply room off the hangar bay if you need to stock up. The Hydra's at the far end of the flight deck. It has vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, so whoever's flying better know how to get airborne. One of you is flying the Hydra home, the rest making sure it gets there. Don't disappoint me.
We did it, Joe. We did it.
There's a supply room off the hangar bay if you need to stock up. There's a supply room off the hangar bay if you need to stock up. The Hydra's at the far end of the flight deck. It has vertical takeoff and landing capabilities, so whoever's flying better know how to get airborne. One of you is flying the Hydra home, the rest making sure it gets there. Don't disappoint me.
They've got the Hydra. Scramble jets. Scramble jets.
Roger that. Zancudo 6 will down the jet.
Hope it didn't blow up, bitch.
People, go to work. EMP comes out of the jet, goes back into the 4x4. We use the jet to make some money, destabilize an oil state, and we prep the insurgent to go back into the Merryweather fleet. Now, we're moving on to phase 2, and that means taking the insurgent, once it's fitted with EMP, and getting it into humane labs, so we can turn the lights on. Hey, careful with that thing! It also means getting a Valkyrie attack.
647-1796 or visit buyGiddyUp.com now.
Merryweather Security, Port of LA.
Discover elevated design, quality craftsmanship, and timeless sophistication. Oasis takes many shapes, but the details remain the same. Elevated design for thoughtful living. Explore the collection at Thuma.
I'm Will Ripley in Taipei, Taiwan, and this is CNN. Fired up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame-grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
What causes a current death? Peyronie's disease? There's somebody I can talk to for help?
I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that. I got somebody for that.
You guys got somebody for Peyronie's disease?
There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Peyronie's disease, or PD. A urology specialist who treats PD can help you create a plan, including non-surgical options. Find somebody today at GoGetSomebody.com.
Bill Burr, Jim Gaffigan, Alana Glazer, Roy Wood Jr., and Krista Stefano are not funny.
What?
They're hilarious.
You know it's not a good joke when you have to explain it.
Brand new stand-up specials, now streaming.
This is CNN. More people get their news from CNN than any other news source.
Welcome back. I'm Linda Kincaid. Let's take a look at some of today's top stories. Israel says it's striking Hezbollah terror targets in southern Lebanon. The attack marks the biggest escalation in fighting since the U.S. broke its ceasefire in November. The IDF warned in advance that it would hit underground drone facilities and factories controlled by Hezbollah. President Donald Trump is describing his long-awaited phone call with Chinese leader Xi Jinping as very good. Trump said the 90-minute conversation focused almost entirely on trade. The talks come after weeks of growing tensions between the two leaders after they agreed to a 90-day tariff truce last month. The mayor of Kyiv says at least 4 people were killed, 20 others wounded in Russian strikes overnight. Search and rescue operations are ongoing in the Ukrainian capital. It's unclear if this is the retaliation Moscow warned about after Ukrainian drones struck Russian airfields and warplanes over the weekend. I'm joined now by Ambassador William Taylor. He is the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine and a distinguished fellow at the Atlantic Council. Good to have you with us, Ambassador.
Linda, it's good to be here.
So just a day after President Trump warned that he had this call with Vladimir Putin and that Vladimir Putin said he would retaliate for Ukraine's drone attack, we're now seeing this ballistic missile attack by Moscow on Kyiv. From your contacts on the ground, what are you hearing about the scope and the impact of these strikes?
Well, Linda, these strikes are part of a long series of attacks that the Russians have mounted against Ukrainians, against civilians, let's point out. They've attacked apartment buildings just in this particular attack. But these attacks are what the Ukrainians are now sadly used to. I got back from Odessa a couple of days ago. I got back from Kyiv about 3 weeks ago. We spent a lot of time in bomb shelters. And Ukrainians spent since the last 3 years. And as you know, for more than 3 years, the Russians have been bombing. So these are to be expected. This is what they've grown to have to live with.
Yeah, and that's where many Ukrainians in the capital are tonight, in bomb shelters. But I want to ask you about Ukraine's drone attack deep inside Russian territory on those military air bases and that strike on the Kerch Bridge, which of course is a vital supply route to Crimea. How does that demonstrate a shift in strategy? And is Ukraine gaining leverage or taking major risks?
Absolutely gaining leverage. Ukraine's demonstrating that, in President Trump's words, they've got cards. They've got the capabilities to go deep against military targets. That, again, we should be very clear that the Ukrainians are going after military airfields and military aircraft. And they're not going after civilian targets like the Russians do. The Russians bomb civilian targets, and the Ukrainians go after military targets. And the Kerch Bridge, as you just pointed out, is a military supply route. So Ukrainians are demonstrating that they've got capabilities, they've got determination, they've got the technology, they've got the will to continue this fight and indeed to win this fight.
Yeah. I want to ask you about Trump's comments in the White House, where he said it might be better to let Ukraine and Russia fight it out for a while. He described these two leaders, these two nations, as if they were kids fighting before stepping in to broker any sort of peace. From your perspective, what's the logic, if any, behind that approach?
So, Linda, President Trump does have leverage. He has the ability, he has shown the ability to get them together, to get the Ukrainians and Russians actually talking. Ukrainians have been very cooperative about these conversations, these negotiations. The Russians less so. The Russians have turned down President Trump's proposal for a 30-day ceasefire, air, land, and sea. The Ukrainians agreed, and Trump said no. This falls into a pattern. What President Trump said today falls into a pattern of letting the Russians get off the hook, letting the Russians continue the fight, letting the Russians continue to bombard the Ukrainians. This is what's been happening, and President Trump's giving him some more time now throughout the summer. Time is not on the side of peace. If we want to get to a ceasefire, it has to be now, and the pressure from President Trump, who has leverage, has to be on President Putin.
And how should NATO interpret those sort of comments from Donald Trump, who seems to see a prolonged fighting as a strategy that's potentially useful?
So the NATO nations, the other European NATO nations, are actually stepping up. They are listening to what President Trump says. They're observing what President Trump's defense secretary has been doing that is not showing up at some of these conversations about how to support Ukraine. And European members of NATO are stepping up to provide more weapons, more support. Europeans are even talking seriously still about deploying a military force in Ukraine to enforce a ceasefire. So the Europeans are stepping up. European members of NATO are making some real pledges and actually taking some actions to support Ukraine, even as the Americans hesitate to do so.
I mean, it seems now for quite a while these peace talks, these peace negotiations have been effectively stalled. What are you hearing from those in diplomatic circles? Are there any sort of credible peace initiatives or back-channel discussions that have made any sort of progress?
Linda, we've all observed that when the Russians are willing to and willing to go into these conversations, they can do that. They do that. They've been willing to have conversations with the Ukrainians about prisoners of war and about war dead. And they've had a couple of agreements on this. So, and the Ukrainians, of course, have been willing to have those conversations. And when the two sides are willing to talk about those items, those issues, prisoners of war, they can get things done. So that can happen. And it demonstrates that there are these conversations that are ongoing to actually have some results. But that's for humanitarian issues, prisoners of war. When it comes to a ceasefire, which is what the Ukrainians want, which is what the Europeans want, which is what the Americans want, it's the Russians that don't want it. And so the discussions can happen. They've seen that they are able to come to some conclusion when they do talk, but the Russians will not have those conversations about a peace or a ceasefire.
Ambassador William Taylor, good to get your analysis. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Lynn.
Well, Friday marks the 81st anniversary of D-Day, a key operation that helped defeat Nazi Germany in World War II. On June 6, 1944, tens of thousands of Allied troops landed on the beaches of Normandy, France. This was the largest amphibious assault in history, which gave the Allies a key foothold in occupied Europe. Troops from 13 countries took part in the operation, which was codenamed Overlord. More than 4,400 of them were lost on D-Day, with 5,800 others wounded or missing. They'll be honoured at a commemoration ceremony in Normandy that begins in the coming hours. Well, Israel is paying tribute to a couple who were kidnapped and killed in the October 7 attacks. How the military managed to recover their bodies from deep inside Gaza. Of that story next.
Are you sitting right now? It could be harming your health. Back pain, stress, and serious.
One of you will fly it, the other three will shoot. That's on the off chance there's anything to shoot other than seagulls. You going to the front? Okay, remember, they know that warehouse better than you. They know the hiding spots. Watch your sixes, watch your threes. Keep it 2 by 2. Over.
Ooh. Who did that?
Meriwether's channel's blowing up. I'll take that to mean you've made contact. Move on the chopper. One flying, the rest manning the guns.
Hello. What are you playing tonight? I apologize for being an MIA friend. Hope you've been well. Yeah, I've been good. Hope you've been well too. Just been gaming, going to therapy, working, shopping, living my best life. Well, trying to live my best life. So, yeah.
Meriwether Shadow's blowing up. I'll take that to mean you've made contact. Move on the chopper. One flying, the rest manning the guns. They dispatched air units. Point and pull the triggers. You cannot bring bogies back to us. That bird's got a beak and talons, but not many feathers, if you get me. It's well armed with barely any armor. Pilot, keep the other helos at a distance. Gunners, make your shots count. That's it. Clear skies. Good work. My people are waiting to babysit the bird just north of the Alamo Sea and drop it and you're done. We've collected quite a fleet for this op. The light armored personnel carriers, the jump jet, and now the attack chopper. Countries have been invaded with less. Unsuccessfully. You know what I say? You can never be too prepared or too well equipped. Why outthink the other guy when you can outspend him? Ideally, using someone else's funds. Looks like you're almost with them. Bring the chopper down easy. You don't want to mess this up now.
Okay, we got it from here.
Alright, I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Not tired, I'm tired. Alright, y'all. Good night. That was stupid.
One and only. What can I get you? Stay strapped.
The Diamond Casino and Resort presents a brand new car available to win today, simply with a spin of a wheel.
Bitch. Okay, well, good night, y'all. It's been real. It's been fun. Let's do it again sometime. AKA tomorrow. Y'all have a great Friday. And I will see you later. Good night. Oops, wrong button.